What up, guys? So today I'm going to be doing a rundown on the Hall of Heroes, and let's face it, we all need one, because this Hall of Heroes is probably the hardest Hall of Heroes we've had in a while. It's pretty difficult, and I'll tell you why here. Each of these Kobold Bombers has some usefulness, alright? Now, the fire one, not so much, of course, but the wind one has a bomb. The water one, bombs. The light one, very difficult because they've got stun and bombs, and then of course the dark one has the sleep skill and all this other crap, and they've all got AoEs, and it's just a big mess. And they made this Hall of Heroes separated by element, so it goes fire, water, what was it? Fire, water, wind, dark, light. And then the boss is a mixture, so it just depends. Now, the first stage, of course, if you can't pass the first stage and you're having difficulties, chances are you're not going to beat this, and you probably won't be able to get past at all and get a wind bomber. So, unfortunately, but if you do have this one monster, you might be able to do it. And that monster is Konamaya, and of course I don't have my Konamaya, so I can't show you, but let's see if any of my reps have Konamaya here. Let's lighten that up. Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. No reps for Konamaya. But oh, look at that! I found someone with a light polar queen, and lots of Polar Queen reps, of course. Now, I'm not going to show this because with all my higher leveled monsters, it's not going to be any benefit to you guys, but Konamaya, that's, if you're just starting out, if you're anywhere from 1 to 30 in the level range, that's your number one monster for this stage. Even the Water Howl, if you have the Water Howl, any monster that can remove effects, so you need AoE, so let's say Elucia, that won't work. That single target heal is not going to do it. It's not going to cut it, so let's look at the second floor, because I can actually maybe show some beneficial to that. Now, I put on Vertihill because my Vertihill is tanky enough to take the bombs. Not for B3, but of course for B2 it's fine. And I've got my Veramos for the cleanse. If you guys have Veramos, he is the number one monster here, alright? But just Veramos, it's not enough. It is not enough. Okay? He cleanses only one harmful effect at a time. And they've got dots. Lots and lots and lots of dots. And other effects that they put on. Okay? You need immunity. So I'll go ahead and show you here. I've got about 100%. I've got 100% success rate on B2. B3, it's another story. Alright, that floor is pretty tough, alright? So I'll just show you here. They start out with the fire one. They've got the imps, so this stage is mainly focused on dots. So the imps, they've got their dots. The fire bombers also have their dots. They don't have bombs, so the first stage should be very easy to pass through. See, going through it super quickly. Now, the second stage is the water bombers. You gotta be careful with these because they have AoE defense break, and so does Orion, which is the water brownie magician. He's actually pretty good now. All right, so you gotta be careful with him. Lots of AoE defense break. So look at that right there. All of my immunity just completely washed out that wave of attacks. That's what you need. Preferably, don't bring Chloe. Alright, bring like a Delphoy or a Fedora. Fedora is very good. You throw on that single target death thing, just in case. Maybe not so much because those bombs, they'll get removed anyways, but that chance of not dying if your monsters got weakened by the bombs, that's really good, alright? And you probably need it. But Delphoy also heal to make up for the lack of healing if you don't bring a Chloe or something. Now, this is the dark one we just passed through, the wind one. The wind one also has bombs. You gotta be careful. Now, this one doesn't have bombs, but it does have samurai, and they got their skills buffed. They got a fourth skill. Pretty scary now if you don't have really tanky monsters, because they can deal some damage. In the Hall of Heroes, they don't deal that much damage, so nothing to worry about too much. The Dark stage isn't too bad. They do have this annoying, I don't know what that little, I've read the skill and I know what it means, but I keep forgetting what the symbol is associated with. But it has that little X thing that I think it like, I'm not sure. Maybe it stops passive skills from working. I don't know. Maybe not. All right. So this is the light stage. This is the one you gotta be careful with. So it's got the it's got Dover, the light bomber, and then it has Prom, the light reaper. So look at that, stuns, and more stuns. Just ridiculous. And then they put on the bombs and they just stack it over and over and over. See, now you need the immunity. See, there we go. Now, hopefully, all right, now it's not going to work. Chloe's going to go first, but she does have the invincibility, so that's good. That was pretty lucky. I would be able to withstand the bombs, but you see, you can't have immunity forever, so that's why you need some kind of cleanser. Like, Veramos is the best one because it's a passive, so it'll never be on refresh. But the downside to it is it's only one skill at a time. But you see those bombs, they don't do enough damage. If I would have had that bomb on, Vertihill took damage from the bomb, but he didn't take that much damage because it was weak. He would have been dead on stage, or on floor B3. He would have been dead. So, now this... Okay, so actually, what I just realized is AoE monsters that have the attack debuff, very, very, very useful. That's why my Lagmarone is very helpful here. He does decent damage, and he has that AoE attack that decreases the attack power. Now, that's what you want, because when they put on the bombs, if it's based on their attack power. So if they have an attack buff or an attack debuff, that goes into effect on how much the bomb will do when it goes off. Even if they don't have that debuff when the bomb goes off, they will have it'll already be put on the monsters, so the damage is already calculated. All right, that's basically the way bombers work. So let's see what we got. All right, so we got 3 pieces. That's good. Now we'll go over to B3. Now this one's a tough one. I have to take Vertihill out because he's not taking enough. Now I put my Veramos in there. And this is a big portion too. I put my Darien in there because he reduces the damage that the bombs do. And he has an okay amount of health. 32,500 health, which is alright. I really need to get him more, but it's good enough for now. So I've got my immunity, I've got my defense, or I've got my cleanser, and then of course I've got a damage reduction monster, and then I've got a healer, and then I've got my damage dealer. We should be good to go. Now, my Lagmarone is pretty squishy as well. He's got a decent amount of defense, but it's not good enough. So if he takes any bombs, he's gone. I'll just say that now. So sometimes this floor doesn't work on me. It just doesn't go. So even I fail on B3. You know, I'm not the best player in the world. I'll acknowledge that, right? And I can reach Conquer 3 pretty easily. That's usually I farm Conquer 1 during the week. I can reach Conquer 3, hold it all the way through. Guardian, I'm going to be starting pushing for Guardian. But even myself, I'm having difficulty on this dungeon, and a lot of other Guardian players I've heard and talked to are having difficulties with B3 just because of that light stage. They stun you, and then they stack on so many bombs that you just don't have enough time to get rid of them. So then your monsters, you know, getting 2 or 3 bombs on them, it's just so much damage. You're dead, you know? So this stage takes me about 7 minutes to complete, more or less. So we'll sit back and enjoy. You know, I hate this Hall of Heroes. You just see how many, look at this. Now, watch. Chloe's probably gonna die. Oh, that was close. Look. It's just ridiculous. This is a very bad run for me as well. See, there goes Chloe. See, I just lost this round. Without Chloe, I'm dead. So we'll start this over and see if I can actually get a good run going. Because that was pretty bad. I'm not farming this Hall of Heroes. I'm going to be getting one monster, most likely, or maybe like 2. And then I'm going to be done. Because let's be honest, actually, my Malaka is the only bomber I'm going to be making. And he's almost maxed out, so I don't really need any more bombers. And I really don't want to go through the trouble of farming B2 to get a bunch of monsters that I probably won't use. But if you guys need a bomber, you guys should definitely farm this Hall of Heroes. It's difficult, so you probably won't get as many as the last Hall of Heroes, but, what can I say? Nothing comes easy. Yeah, this is going to be pretty annoying. So, and actually the odd thing about this is that all of the stages, for one, are the same. I don't know if that was the same with previous Hall of Heroes. I always felt that the lower stages had different mini bosses or stuff like that, and like different amounts of monsters and stuff. I know they're different levels, that's a given, but I'm just trying to think. This Hall of Heroes is I think they're trying something new. I really do. So we'll see if we get past this part. This just shows you how good Malacca is. It's just ridiculous. Now, actually, hold on. Let's see. Bombs should get that damage reduction effect. We'll see if it gets let off. Come on, Bella, heal. There we go. Now, let's see. Veramos will get the bomb. Ah, well, it didn't show the damage. Alright, well, next time a bomb goes off, we'll look, and we'll see if the damage reduction works. If it doesn't, it should work. I mean, it reduces all damage. It should be with the bombs as well, but of course it could be a bug. I just didn't see it, so maybe I missed it. Alright, so we got past the water part. That just shows you how difficult it is. Alright? I'm having trouble getting past the second stage of B3. Alright, see, look, that's where you need immunity. Look at that. That's good. Now you see I've got that attack debuff, but he doesn't have the bombs. It would be nice if I would have put it on Sierra, but she just put it on Lagmaron, who had immunity, so, oh well. Yeah, just waiting for this to clear up. Yeah, see, Darian's passive's working fine. So I see no reason why the bombs wouldn't get reduced damage. Or reduced damage, I should say. Bad English. My bad. Alright, keep going. Alright, come on. Chop chop. We don't want to be here all day. Alright, so this is the annoying one. So this is where not June. Whatever, the dark guy, get out of here, Clash Clans. I haven't played that game in a while. This is where the samurais, if they get a turn, they can do some serious damage, depending on how much HP your monsters have. Okay, so there's that annoying effect. I don't know what the hell that does. I'll probably check after this, because it's on the Dark Bombers. It's also on some of the other ones. I don't remember which ones it was, but I know it's on the Dark Monsters. Alright, this part's not too bad. The light one, the light stage, the fourth part, that's the one where we need to be careful. That's the one that sucks badly. So if you guys don't need bombers, I would recommend just farming one and just calling it quits, alright? Because this one is just, it's going to be taking a lot of tries. You're probably going to have a few fail attempts, and it's going to cut into your mana, or into your energy, and that's going to really, that's going to affect your gameplay, honestly. If you're losing like 1 out of 3 or like 1 out of 4, it's a huge waste. So luckily they used all their skills with my immunity on, and I got them stunned. But alright, yeah, good. Oof, ooh. Please don't die, Bella. This is not good. The passive will still work though. So 1 bomb's removed from Bella. But it looks like Bella... Okay, yeah. We're good to go. But if Bella can withstand these bombs, then so can... Ooh, wait. That's 2 bombs on Ifrit. Alright, yeah, we're good. Alright. Just checking. But you see there, that immunity. That immunity just saved us 3 monsters. Especially because my Lagmaron has not so much health. Alright? My Lagmaron probably would have died there if he had those 3 bombs on him. And that's why Veramos is very, very good. Very good. You guys need to get Veramos. He is the best fusion in the Fusion Hexagram. The best one, by far. You know, the Sigmarus is decent. It's a decent monster, and I've seen some people use him in endgame material, but, you know, it just doesn't compare to Veramos. I use him everywhere, and when you go into Guardian rank or Conqueror rank, like Conqueror 3 and higher, he is everywhere. Veramos is everywhere. Leader skill, everywhere. Just the first player that you see in there, boom, Veramos. And then a big tanky team built on him, because he takes away the debuffs. You just build him super fast with Violet Runes and a good amount of HP, and then bring maybe a Reviver or something, and he's going to constantly remove debuffs, and it's so annoying. That's why he's so good. And he is self-sufficient. Not so much like Katarina, or I mean, sorry, scratch that. Not so much like Camilla, or maybe not like Chow, but, you know, people start landing debuffs on him, they want to take out him, and you've got your other monsters and your other healers. You know, he's just going to heal himself back up. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was just some asshole on a motorbike. Alright, so now you got to be careful about the end game, the boss at the very end, because you've got the light, bomber who can seriously deal some hurt with his stun. Now, okay, Veramos should be able to take off the bombs in time to save Lagmarone. Actually, no, scratch that. Lagmarone's gonna get the bomb off. Ooh, oh yes. Took that bomb off of Lagmarone. Alright, so the one that deals the most damage here is the boss, the Kobold Bomber. If he puts bombs on you and those go off, that's gonna one-shot your monsters. Those do probably around 30,000 damage. Yeah. So if you're not bringing like a full-on tank, like maybe, well, I don't have any tanks here. Most of my monsters here are 30,000 or below in HP. You know, if you don't bring like an Arnold super tank, which I recommend don't doing because he's single target damage, you're gonna get one-shotted. So you really need to bring a cleanser and something that can do it within 2 turns. Because those bombs, they've got that 2-turn timer on them, and it is game time. Alright? It's a race to get those bombs off, because if you do not get those bombs off, you are screwed. And we are done here. So that's B3, alright? And it doesn't work all the time for me, alright? You saw that. At the beginning, it didn't work. So it does take a bit of time to get a team working. So let's see what we got here. 3 pieces, alright. That's not bad. And I'm more than halfway to my first bomber. And I don't plan on farming probably more than 1 or 2. This hull of here is just, to me, it's a waste of time. I'm almost max skilled in my Malacca. I don't need another bomber. I've got my AoE defense break and bombs and all that stuff with Malacca. I don't need a wind one. So, and I've already got a wind one in storage anyways. I don't even know why I'm farming this. I've already started, so might as well finish at least 1 bomber. I think I might just try, because right now I haven't awakened. I'll show you. I haven't awakened my bomber. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here he is. So we'll check his skills out. Look, I've got 1 more on the first one and 2 more on this, 3 more on the second one. Okay, so maybe I'll farm 3, because then I'll just max him out. Because I know, you know, it'd be good, it'd be nice to get him awakened and then get this skill started. But this hull here sucks so much, and I've got so many bombers. I'm sorry, I'd farm 2 because I've actually got fire bombers in here. 1, 2 bombers. Yeah, I've got 2 bombers in here. Cool. Yeah, and if you'll notice, I got rid of a lot of monsters. I just any monster that I was not gonna build, not gonna bother with. That's not good. They're starting to attack me. That's no bueno. I got kicked out of Guardian. Alright, well, let's check this out. I'm sorry, wrong one. So, main setups, actually, we'll open up my monster list. Main setups, you're going to need any type of damage reduction. Alright, so Darian's passive, Dias passive, those work. Or, you're going to need some AoE attack break. Alright, so my Lagmarone's 3rd skill was the one I used, but if you look at his accuracy, he's not the best option. So, any monster like Arnold, maybe even a Reviver like Brian, anything with an AoE attack break. Those things can help big time. You know, I don't believe the defense buff actually works on bombs. It might. It should. It should reduce all damage by a certain amount. So possibly Shannon's an option. It's also very nice to have that attack speed reduction, because if they just start stacking bomb after bomb after bomb, and you can't get rid of those with like some kind of cleanse, then you're done. You're definitely going to need immunity. Delphoid. What's another one? Fedora. Another one. Chloe. She can do it. Not the best option, but she can do it. Draco, another one. Not the best. Actually, Draco would actually be very, very good for this Hall of Heroes. Why? Because his... I actually started looking at Draco more, and he is actually a very good monster. If I got Draco, I'd be very happy. See, oh, it's a 4-turn cooldown, like Delphoid, right? Well, if you look at his first skill, it's a built-in Violent proc. That's actually better than the Violent runes. Gets another turn with a 30% chance, and he's got AoE defense break. That's not bad at all. So, you see here, it's like a mini Archangel, but he doesn't remove debuffs, and he gives immunity for 2 turns. Alright? It's not bad at all. And he gets Violent procs with this, so he'll be putting on immunity quite often. That's pretty nice. Now, for those of you out there who have Veligil, this is where your Archangel shines. His skill, it's the best one. He's the best passive, or he's the best immunity monster out there. By the time his immunity goes away, it's ready to be used again, and it removes the bombs. And it's for 3 turns. So, I don't know what to say here. If you've got Veligil, you should be having no problem with this. Hall of Heroes, it should be based on your other monsters, how well they can survive. Bombs aren't a problem if you have Veligil, really. So I'll go through and I'll state off all of the useful monsters in here. Of course, you gotta find your own damager. AoE monsters are very, very useful in this Hall of Heroes because you can't single target them out. You can't withstand their attacks. They'll just keep stunning you on stage 5 and putting bombs on every other stage. So you've really got to make sure that you keep them immobile as much as possible. Speed teams could work if you had different kinds of stun and freeze and other stuff. But you really got to be careful because each stage is there's every single attribute in there, so you're gonna have at least one stage where you're gonna have a bit of trouble for one of your monsters to throw off their crowd control type attacks. Tyrone, very useful, but you gotta be careful because they can be squishy. Dots, of course, not gonna be useful in this Hall of Heroes because usually for dots you just throw them on them and then just wait it out. It's not going to work. You need to kill them as fast as possible. Vertihil, useful. Chloe, useful. Hua's not going to be useful in this Hall of Heroes because she's single target. Arnold, useful. No. Well, yeah, not very useful. I thought he had attack break on him. Oh, what are you doing? What was his AoE? He can be useful. He has attack break. Okay. Moving on. Of course, Draco is useful. And then any of the 5 stars will probably end up being useful. Not all of them. You know, use it at your own discretion, but of course Veligil's the number 1, you know, here. So, moving on. Actually, wait. Yeah, okay, we'll move on. Maya, of course. That Water Garuda is going to be removing that piece that removes all harmful effects. Very useful. But if you use him, you need kind of a speed build so that the cooldown goes down as much as possible. The Water Howl. I'll show the Awakened versions because they have skills that they get. Look at this. Recovers target allies HP and own HP by 20% and removes harmful effect. And then removes one harmful effect of all allies, kind of like Baramos, and then recovers HP by 20%. So that can be useful. The rest of these, not so much. I'm looking. He could be useful. And I'm speaking this on a general standard. If you've got one built, or if you have one and you're lower leveled, don't try to build a monster just for the small heroes. That's not gonna work. But he could work. He has a heal and he increases attack speed. Could be useful for speed teams. Megan could be useful for speed teams again. Attack buff and a defense buff if it applies to the bombs. Hooray. Wayne, of course, useful for attack speed increase. And there's Megan. Now, I don't think he... No, he doesn't remove harmful effects at all. He's another one. Let's see. If you can get him to be very high in HP and he has a decent heal, he could be useful because it increases the defense. Let's keep going. So how's not going to be useful here? No. You're not going to want to use Lumi because you need a full heal. You don't want a single target heal. You need team buff heals because these are AoE attacks. Tyrone could be useful for the crowd control, stuns and freezes and whatnot. Looking here, AoE, defense break, nah, not really, not feeling it. Fedora, of course, Fedora is very good with his, look at this, protects all allies from death for one turn. That means they can't die. Their attack bar will, their health will at most go down to 1, but that's it. And then it removes all harmful effects and gains immunity for 2 turns. And then, of course, he has this, oh, this is a single target. That's unfortunate. Keep going. No, these are single target. You want AoEs. It doesn't really do much, but to the enemy. This is one monster you don't want to use. Okay? This and Michelle. Don't use them. Why? Recovers the ally with a mysterious dance and extends the time of beneficial effects and shortens the time of the harmful effects. What kind of harmful effects are we getting? Bombs. What don't we want them to do? Reach 0 on their little counter. And what does this do? It decreases the time. Say they're at 2. She goes, decreases it to 1. All these bombs are going to go off in 1 turn. That's 1 less chance. That's a shorter time frame for you to get rid of them. That's something you don't want to do. So, big no-no. Yeah. She has no use here. Neither does Michelle. She'll hurt you more than anything. And then, of course, the 5 stars are all good. But I think the ones that really shine here, Praha. Actually, maybe no. Never mind, I'm wrong. The HP, the heal is good, of course. I thought she removed effects for some reason, but that's the other oracles. So she is good for her heal. But Annabelle, look at this. Removes harmful effects. Very good. Of course, these other healers are good. Yada. this is where the Pioneer shines, because of his immunity. Grants immunity to an ally that lasts for 3 turns. This is actually an AoE effect, and it increases, it makes his shield equal to 15% of the HP. Not much of an attack monster, but he does grant immunity, and it's good. So there's that. That's about it. You know, we can move on to the light and dark, or no, sorry, we got wind next. Gonna go, this one's gonna be quicker. Shannon could be useful, the wind pixie. No. Bernard could be if you're building a speed team, but that's about it. Michelle, big no. The water, or I'm sorry, the wind, Epicyon, Priest, no, don't use it. Delphoy, there you are, she's good, look at that. Removes harmful effects. Cases could be useful with their shield, help kind of debuff the bombs, but you really want immunity. If you don't have immunity, settle for shields. Briand could be useful, has revive, and it has a defense or attack break. Sorry. Chasoon, obviously, she's a healer, she'll be useful. And then this is where the Taoist would actually do pretty well. You know, AoE attacks is what you really want. So the Wind Taoist could be useful if you've got high accuracy and have maxed them out. No, none of these other ones are that useful here. Now, of course, if your 5-star monster fits into your team, like my Lagmaron fits into the team, so I use it. He's useful. But I'm looking for mostly removing harmful effects and other team-based skills that really help you. Actually, the Polar Queen could do nicely here. Removes all harmful and beneficial effects of all allies and enemies, and increases the attack gauge of all allies by 30%. Now, you know, if you've got a ton of debuffs on the enemy, then yeah, but they've got so many debuffs, and they've got all of their bombs. This could actually be pretty useful. And it can't be resisted either. It's gonna happen, unless she's stunned or something. So, this could be used. It's an option for those of you with the Wind Polar Queen, if you have one built, of course. If you don't have one built, don't bother yet. Don't, like I said, don't build a monster just for the Hall of Heroes. Use the monsters that you actually have. I'm looking. No. Now, this is a solo monster. If this did it for the entire group, that would be so amazing. I would be so excited. If you guys have Mihail, this would be good. Increase the defense. And look at this. Cooldown. Lost time. Look at that. Just keep cool down that bombs, and he won't throw them off. Pretty good. Of course, Iona is obviously good. Looking, let's check. Actually, he could actually be very useful. Let's look. Increases the attack power by 50% if your HP is lower than the target enemies, which is most likely, because I've thrown off all these bombs. But check this out. Then the target enemy's HP when attacking, and removes one beneficial effect if the enemy, or of the enemy. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. No. That's no. Forget this guy. I thought it was going to be harmful effects removal. Obviously, I haven't looked at his skills much. Sorry, but that's not useful to us. Obviously, the Light Taoist is useful. And then, what are some other monsters that could be useful? Obviously, if you have a Light Oracle, you're probably going to be using her. Like, that's a good skill. That's like an upgraded version of Chloe. Yeah, she's like an upgraded version of Chloe. And then, of course, this would be useful with all of those bombs. But most of you don't have this monster. Or these monsters. Even the light chimera could be used. Wait. I thought this was different. This used to be different. Which one was it then? Oh. Oh, it's a dragon. Okay, the dragon removes harmful effects. There's some monsters in here that it removes a random amount of harmful effects on yourself and beneficial effects on the enemy, but oh. Yeah, I could have swore it was a light chimera. Holy calling, yeah. Maybe they reworked it last time they did skill changes, or maybe I'm just wrong. Ooh, actually, a chroma. Immunity gets all harmful effects, look at that. Alright, moving on. No. Nope. Again. No. Any monsters that remove harmful effects. That's what you want. That's what you're looking for. Dias, of course, with his third skill. Damage reduction, so not much to say about that. Let's check him out. No. Not impressed. What about I think this was Jubilee. No. What about the Dark Oracle? No. What about her? Here we go. That's the one you want. Removes harmful effects. Boom. That's about it. And then, of course, Veramos. Good monster to use. Even this heal can be, that can be good. Not seeing it. Let's see. Yeah, be careful with this monster if you have her. Of course, most of these monsters you guys won't have, but... Oh, wait. No. Alright, never mind. Okay. Well. So, there's those monsters, alright? So, if you have any of those, like, fire, water, wind, or any of those, then they'll be useful to you. And, of course, you need damage dealer. Oh, what did I do? Okay. Now, as a bonus section, of course, I really want to try out the light polar gleam. What do we want? Well, I have to do Hall of Hero, or I have to do Hall Magic today, anyways. And I've got all these weird monsters in here. Resistance in Arena by 55%. Oh, that's crap. I mean, yeah, it can be useful. It's the same as Katarina. We'll go you. You, of course. Bring a healer. I don't want too much damage because I want to see her shine. Yeah, we'll bring water after. Why not? Steel Mars. Now I already know that it's gonna win. just having a healer with Vertihill, the team's going to get through. But let's see. Wait. Ha! Let's let him go. Ouch. That skill isn't kidding. It is brutal. It decreases his health by 50%. Alright, well, that was interesting. I just wanted to see that. I wasn't sure if she'd use her skill. I mean, she's not using her second skill right now, so I just wanted to check. Oh, she's on Violet Runes, okay. I'd be careful with this Light Polar Queen. I mean, that second skill is very good. It's the same as the Fire Polar Queen, but... I don't know how I feel about this Light Polar Queen. It's just... reducing your health by 50% is very risky. I don't know why I have that animation on there. I thought I took the animation out, but... it's good accuracy. She's not using her skill at all. I want her to use her skill again. He's on Theomars. Ouch. Ah, he has that increased defense. Well, that's the Light Polar Queen for you. And yes, I do like to add people with like 5 stars. I like to test them out. Usually I just remove them a few days later, but I just wanted to test them out. And she kind of looks like Elsa too, so. But she's not Water's Elsa. Well, that's the Hall of Heroes, guys. You know, really, this Hall of Heroes is tough. So if you can't do it, don't stress out, alright? A lot of people are having troubles with this Hall of Hero. The ones that aren't are the ones that have immunity, like a very well-built Delphoid, or a very well-built Beligil, or something like that. Those are the ones that aren't having difficulty. But if you see, the only immunity that I have that is tanky and well-ruined is Chloe, and she doesn't remove harmful effects. You know, that's Veramos. So if I had a fully maxed out Delphoid that had a good amount of HP from runes and all that stuff, I would probably be doing B3 in like 4-minute, 5-minute runs, and it'd be so much easier. So, yeah, because I wouldn't have to worry about all these bombs. And other than that, they don't have any damage. You know, if they can't land all their debuffs, they have no damage. Their bombs are their damage. So, keep that in mind. That's what you need. You need a cleanser. And if you're going to be doing anything higher than B1, you need a cleanser and you need an immunity monster. That's what you need. And you can't get immunity that unless you summon one. There's no other monster that you can get immunity from that's farmable. Delphoid was farmable back in the days, but that's the only one. There's no more immunity. So, you guys just start looking at Kodamaya, start looking at Veramos. Those are monsters you should be building. But other than that, it's really up to you guys' summons, and of course, fusion and stuff like that. So, hopefully this helped you guys out. I know a lot of people are having difficulties with this Hall of Heroes, and I know I am too, so... you know, not much to say there, but hopefully you guys can at least get one, because the Wind Bomber is actually pretty good. I think it goes Water, Light, Wind, Dark, Fire. That's my personal order, but, you know, some others have different preferences, but I like the Water the best. The Wind one is actually very good too. Or, I'm sorry, the Light one's very good too, and then the Wind one is an alternative. It's kind of like JoJo, more or less. And it increases cool times, which can be useful in Arena, but I think that AoE defense break is just too good to pass up, so if you have the Water Bomber, hold on to it. And if you don't have the Wind one, farm one, at least, and, you know, hopefully you guys can get through the Hall of Heroes. So, if you guys got a good amount of help from this, make sure you leave a like, and subscribe to my channel if you guys like the content. And of course, leave a comment down below if you have any questions. I'll try to help you guys build up a team. But I'm trying to talk and chat more, but it's kind of hard. I will try to help in chat, but I'm really starting to make it so that I can reach out through the videos more, because it's hard to individually help people. It's easier to just kind of do these mass help videos, because I just do it once and then everyone can see it. Whereas the singled out helping, there's so many people that ask that if I help one, I have to help everyone. I'm still gonna be trying to help you guys in 5001, but if I don't get to you, just don't be angry with me. It's kind of hard to please everyone, especially because I'm trying to play the game as well, and I can't look at your monsters if I'm playing the game. It just won't let me. I have to be like out here in my island, or at least like not doing anything if I want to like actually look at monsters and visit. But so hopefully you guys got some help from this, and hopefully you guys can at least get one bomber. I'm gonna go farm the Hall of Heroes now, and I will see you all later.